Yeah, if anyone's never seen like runs of this game before, especially at marathons, there's 8 pianos in the game that you can play to learn songs for the bard job class, and whenever you play one, you immediately celebrate that by jumping backwards and flexing. What we call the piano flex.
Second try, not too bad.
Yeah, so we need commentators if you could keep track of people's Dark Shock misses.
I'll get a notepad open. If I can close about 50 windows to get down to where notepads. Was it a number of misses or a number of attempts to get it to hit?
I guess just as long as it's consistent. I don't think it really matters.
Alright, I'll just go with number of it. I guess not what the turn it actually hits on. You said it was 2 happy?
Yeah, second try.
So they did a death by math kill on Gilgamesh 3, basically, where they used Dark Shock to have his level, and then I forget what the exact number is, but it's a multiple of 5, and you can then just kill him right there without actually having to have him summon Enkidu.
Yeah, I think Gilgamesh there is 31, and then Dark Shock rounds down and halves.
Yeah, so 15.
So it goes down to 15.
Yep, and then if you miss, you do have a pretty convenient back out, and then they bought a time magic spell called Reset, which if you cast that, it basically starts the battle over again and undoes anything that happened. So if they miss with Dark Shock because of MP being a little tight at this point, instead of like using ethers or elixirs, they just cast Reset and then try it again until it works. That makes it very safe too, because you're not getting pounded on by Gilgamesh while you're doing it.
That is such a busted spell.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose. Well, reset.
I think this is the only Final Fantasy I think that actually has it too. I know there's Dragon Quest games that have a similar concept, but I can't think of any other Square RPGs that do.
Genya could have really used that versus Biblos.
Biblos, yeah. well, I mean, he forgot to change jobs before going into it, though. So.
I just wanted to give page 64 some love and give him off a showing, also as not only being captured but also being released.
Yes, because normally the only reason they captured page 64 was to stop it from transforming again in the fight where they learn level 5 death. They're going to be releasing some other stuff later on, though.
Yeah, catching is pretty broken in this game
if you know what you're doing, which is not really easy if you're not using like a guide or
if you haven't mapped out every single attack like I have.
Yes. Oh yes, and people tuning in from the raid too. We're going to be doing a bonus game race tomorrow based on the votes of the runners in this relay, based on how they do both at their games, and it's some incentives within them. But you, the viewers, also get a say in the matter too, through the straw poll that my bot just linked. And then so just link the FF5 runners' personal streams too, so definitely give them some love for more runs of this game, along with lots of other stuff too.
Oh good, Moobot's back up. Welcome back, Moobot.
And so this is a relay too, so we did FF4, we're in the little over halfway through FF5, and then we have FF6 after that. A pretty respectable time for the 3 games back to back with the rules and categories we're using sub 13 hours.
so Happy Squid's about to start the Atmos fight, and it's actually important that he has one character dead for this, because otherwise he's going to get a lot of Medio spam, which is a very powerful spell, especially at the levels he's sitting at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because normally the way Atmos works is that it kills your characters with Medio and then starts drawing them in, and then eventually removes them from the battle. But while it's drawing characters in, it doesn't do anything else other than sometimes cast slow. So
I think there's another spell it can cast too, but it's
gravity maybe, or
It has slow too as well. Alright, first try.
nice.
wow, nice.
Yeah, and then before they kill it, they use a Phoenix down in Galuf so that he gets Chemist AP, just because Atmos is worth a lot of AP. Gilgamesh was worth squat, so that's why having Galuf dead at the end of that didn't matter.
Oh yeah, the order of the spells he can possibly cast is there's a 1 in 3 chance every other turn. It goes slow 2, demi, quarter, old, demi, and then quarter again.
And just like with Gilgamesh, if they miss with Dark Shock, they just cast Reset and then do it again until it works.
Yeah, if you want to be really safe for Atmos, you can actually wait until you see the animation of Galuf getting sucked in a little bit, and
that's what I always do when I run this, is to make sure that he doesn't get Comet off before I kill him.
Alright, so Dragon LX is coming up on the Gilgamesh fight.
So I think Dark Shock's like a 50% chance, roughly? Or?
Got the first try Dark Shock.
Oh wow, first
Nice.
try for Dragon LX.
Yes.
It's kind of complicated, the formula, actually, I think. Dragon Darch explained it to me once, but I already forget because...
Let me see. Okay, besides the actual chance for it to hit when you cast it, there's a second... Every monster's got a magic evasion stat, which is a second roll that's made after it checks to see if the spell succeeded or not. Atmos has a 20% evasion, so even if it succeeds on the first roll, there's still a 20% chance of failure on the second one, and I would have to look the formula up to figure out what the actual chance is beyond that. Let's see. Base hit 66.
Oh, someone like Happy, do you want to talk about the double Galuf glitch too?
Ah, yeah, I kind of forgot to do it this time, sadly. It's actually, you don't see it as much in the run, because with memory cursor and stuff, it's just more convenient leaving butts in the first row, like in the first position. But you can actually switch Galuf in the top position, which makes you run around as Galuf pretty much on the overworld. And if you do that for this fight, after the fight, you are still Galuf, even though Galuf is not actually in your party, so there's 2 Galufs.
That's okay if one dies then.
Yeah, we got a spare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to show it off after Atmos, hopefully.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Okay.
Thing is, you need to put Galuf in the first place for the Atmos fight, because you can't do it afterwards.
Okay, what level were you guys for Atmos?
14 probably.
Yeah, it should be
14.
14. Should be 14.
Okay, so okay, so it's a 39% chance on the first roll for Dark Shock to hit. Gilgamesh, it's 49.
Oh, that's interesting. I always felt that Atmos is harder to hit, but apparently not.
No, Atmos is harder to hit.
Oh, you said mischance. Okay.
Yeah, Gilgamesh is 49, Atmos is 39% at level 14.
Okay, I got that mixed up. I thought you were talking about chance to hit and not miss. Whatever. There you have it, folks.
And again, after that initial roll is made, if it succeeds, it does a second roll versus the boss's magic defense, which determines whether it'll hit or not. Gilgamesh only has a 10% evade, though. Atmos has 20.
Yeah, I know that's another benefit of doing the monster catching route too. Is that using you actually don't even use level death by math on Gilgamesh with that route. You use death potion with chemist because you've already learned mix by that point to do instant death on Gilgamesh, and then you release a monster to cast Discord on Atmos, which I believe is a higher accuracy rate than Darkshot.
Possibly.
I'm getting pretty unlucky on Atmos so far. This is gonna be my fourth Dark Shock. Okay, finally hit. Jeez.
So 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, Discord does have a about 14% higher chance to actually hit. So that'd put on Atmos, that'd put it at about a 53% chance to hit.
Okay, so Happy's in the village of Moor now, where he's buying a bunch of both healing items. This is your first convenient place to get high potions, and then also just a bunch of status recovery items too, which it looks like he's very, very, very concerned about getting poisoned or turned into a zombie. But those are actually for those are for chemist mixing. Once he learns the mix, or also known as combine ability, a little later on.
He also seems quite concerned with getting the cool shades.
Yes.
Thankfully, the really good mixes in this game tend to use really cheap, affordable items.
Probably the best, like, more rare items, the Dragon Fang, I would say.
Yeah. Dragon Fang, Turtle Shell, and Dark Matter.
Alright, entered the forest, 2 steps encounter. Perfectly normal for me.
Yeah, I in my opinion, the forest is the most annoying part. of the game, the most annoying area, just because of the limited vision you got there, and of
Oh
the
my god!
ridiculous.
I just did that, dude. I just did that.
What's going on?
Oh my god! I used Goblin Punch on butts. I'm good.
I think
I'm good. I'm
Well,
good.
runs over, reset.
Oh man, that was. I don't know what to say about that.
Good thing we have
Oh
the
my
reset
God.
spell, right?
It's okay. I'm going to use an elixir and fix it up. But man, why did this have to happen?
Okay, get high for the Galuf.
Oh my god.
There we go. Nice.
Nice.
Alright, so by the way, that was first strike Dark Shock too.
Okay.
Boy,
Or
that Goblin
manipulation.
Punch is hard to target. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I was moving a little bit too quickly, and stuff happened.
Mistakes were made.
Really?
Butts got punched.
Maybe I have some hate for butts. No one knows.
Funny thing is that he punched himself as well.
Good hitting
Uh,
yourself.
Shit.
Hitting yourself just hurts so much. Alright, I'm watching Jenya's screen. I'll see how many tries it takes him. So far for Gilgamesh, we're 2-1-1.
That's really good. Oh, by the way, since the forest is burning now, there's a little animation you can do to assure yourself that fire is still hot. I'm gonna do it a little bit.
Yes, I like doing that too.
And after that, upcoming is the flag. So
Yes, the healing flex. Something I like about this area too is that the battle background doesn't actually get updated when the forest burns.
yeah, true.
That shield he just picked up is actually really important too, because it is missable. Once the forest is done burning, it becomes a flame shield.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing glitchless too, that shield's really important for the final boss because it can protect you from petrify.
Genya on his third Dark Shock. There we go. Alright, so for Gilgamesh, we had Happy Squib with 2, Dragon LX and Delm with 1, and then Genya with 3.
Oh, don't worry, it's gonna take me probably 7 tries on Atmos.
Ugo, Ugo, please move out of the way. Seriously?
Oh,
That Moogle!
the dwarf lives on.
Come on, Mugo. Can he actually get? Oh, there you go. Man, that has never. happened
I usually like to be one tile away so that if he moves down, I can go around him. But that's pretty strong stuff.
Man,
Moving is too hard.
Whenever I run this game, I also get a mobile stock all the time. It's pretty sad.
The Moogle just wanted to leave the cave first.
but he didn't fit through. Not my problem.
That's
Stuck there forever.
Yeah.
That's why Moogles went on some weight training for FF6. They can fit in and out of their cave.
Yeah. So, Happy's coming up on the Crystal Guardians, I think is their official name. Boss of this place, and it's a pretty dangerous fight normally, just because when the crystals get below like about a third or so, I think, of their max HP, they all
7,777. When they dip under 3,000, their AI changes. Instead of doing physical attacks, they'll start casting spells of their element.
Yep, all of which would one-shot your whole party, I believe.
Yeah, it's Fire 3,
Aqua,
Arrow 3, I think it's Earth Shaker.
yeah, and then Aqua Rake, I think, for the water.
Yeah, Aqua Breath.
Yeah, so all 3 of those would one-shot your whole party, probably.
Yeah,
But yeah, they
also
all
the
have-
crystals give a lot of AP, so you can't really have anyone die here.
Yeah, but they're going to be using Guild Toss, but they're timing the Guild Tosses so that the crystals don't get any turns, but while they're in that HP zone for their.
Yeah, woe to the person who does not have Guild Toss for this fight.
Okay, they didn't do much damage. That was actually pretty good. Now I hope that everyone stays alive for the second Guild Toss.
Yeah, as long as Bartz doesn't get hit too badly, you're
Okay.
pretty safe here because he's got the lowest defense until he defends.
Yeah, we actually changed the route recently to buy an extra gold shield in Galuf's castle to give Butts a little more survivability. But he can still die. The first time I tried it with the new strats, he still died.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you're not instantly dead, like you can delay the second wave of Guild Toss one turn by using Phoenix Downs and healing up and stuff, but it just costs time.
Yeah, I used to get like a diamond plate, I think, in Moa for this fight, but yeah, gold shield definitely sounds faster.
Yeah, it's just important to use the last two Guild Tosses one after the other. Because if you throw the third one, that's when they'll start using their one-shotting abilities.
Yeah, so after this cutscene here, we have a one-on-one battle between Galuf and X-Death, although no spoilers on how that plays out until after it happens on Happy's stream.
Looks like fourth try for Dell on Atmos.
Yep, 4th try.
Oh, nice. Usually he trolls that in a lot.
Yeah, well, I think my last 2 runs was 7 and 6 attempt. Something like that. He just doesn't like me at all, so...
As of right now, Happy is definitely going to win that incentive, and Dragon LX and Deln are going to be tied.
Hmm.
And Jenya's coming right up on it now.
Is it the one that takes most attempt or least attempt?
By the way, I just lost my step. Well, I just ended my step manipulation here and on the end of the tower. So
Okay, so barrier tower.
as far as I can go here.
Very good job, man.
My enemy packs were different anyways because I got additional counters early on, but still managed to salvage the step counter. But yeah,
Did you get the fight in between both stairs?
I don't know. Let me just quickly do this.
Ultimate showdown of Whoop.
Well, that's the cue to know if you.
Wow, was that first try, Jenya?
That was actually first try. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
So
Really good.
that would put the rankings. Happy Squid is in first with three total casts. Jenya's in second with 4 total casts, and Dragon LX and Deln are right behind that with 5 casts.
That's still pretty decent for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, 5 is probably like a little bit below average, but
Yeah.
like normally you cannot complain about.
And remember, this is sympathy too, so the higher number wins the incentive.
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dragon LX and Deln tie for first, and
Yep.
Happy Squid gets last.
Yep.
Still one boss to go.
Yeah. Okay, so what just happened with that X-Death battle is that it's normally meant to be a fairly lengthy scripted battle where you have to do a couple thousand points of damage to X-Death and then just keep attacking him to trigger some text boxes. But part of the setup that they did for the Crystal Guardians was to equip the bone mail that they picked up on the Dragon Mountain on Galuf, which is really high defense, but also makes you undead. And they can actually just cause the X-Death battle to instantly end by having undead Galuf use a Phoenix Down on himself. Because you can't die from damage in that fight, but you can die from instant death effects. Another fun way to get out of that fight fast is to cast self-destruct. Too, but
In addition, having the bone mail equipped makes the cutscenes afterwards make every bit of sense.
Yup.
It's kind of sad actually that like the characters in this game are smart and try to resurrect him actually with stuff, but since he's undead, he's only getting deader pretty much.
I keep forgetting to
quickly, more Phoenix sounds, more Phoenix sounds.
Yeah.
No, it's like, no, stop, please.
You just see it's decaying more and more.
By the time they're done, he's just a skeleton. It's like, where did we go wrong?
I was definitely legit shocked when I played this for the first time, given that I played it when the English patch first came out and there was nothing on the game on the internet. So I knew nothing about the story. Like, wait, I thought FF7 was the first game that killed the main character. Well, I guess
this game is nice enough to give you all AP and job levels and stuff you had for Galuf on Kara.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Actually, if you would have to start all over again with Kara, this would be devastatingly bad. Like you could.
Oh yeah.
It'd be more hashtag grinding in the speedrun then if you didn't get to carry over abilities.
So is Genya still on the step manipulation?
He lost it. He lost it in the barrier tower, but I think Delm is still on it.
Oh, okay.
So Delm wins the step counter incentive by default then, which is the only one left.
That's fine. Actually, that's like also the last part which I practiced, like the barrier tower, so that's completely fine. Like normally you would try to get a little bit further with the manipulation so that you can get the right magic dragon fights, which Happy is about to come up with. But since I already got an additional encounters, my enemy packs are shifted anyways, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, right. So Happy's about to enter X-Death's castle, which is the final dungeon of World 2. It's fairly challenging too, just because there's some a lot of. I mean, even if you're not doing step manipulation, there's still some kind of tight movement, like with the bridge switch puzzle and the pit room, and to a lesser extent the lava tiles. This is also, we're going to graduate to the next level of Death by Math too, or the next grade I should say.
Yeah, they actually picked up a helmet on Dragon Mountain that it's called the Coronet, and it increases the chance that you can control a monster, which is going to allow them to basically cast L2 Old on their own instead of having to wait, because the enemy they're going to be controlling actually, as far as I know, does not cast it.
Yeah, it won't unless it's manipulated or confused.
And if it's confused, it'll try to cast it on itself.
Yeah, so you'd have to wall it too, I guess, which would be painful. But yeah, this is the whole reason why they wanted to learn the control ability on Lena by having her be a Beastmaster for so many boss battles in the run, was just to learn control for this one use here.
Catching magic dragons is another good idea because of the ability they have is the same one that the Liquid Flame used initially, where it does 25% of the max HP, but it is fire elemental, so if the enemy happens to be weak to fire, it does 50% of their max HP.
Oh, Deln, if you're still on the call, looks like your stream's down.
It's back up for
Oh, no,
me.
it's back. Okay, I just refreshed it.
Yeah, I saw it go down just for a moment.
Oh, my nickname for Kelgar is Splitterface, by the way. It should be kind of obvious whenever he faces sideways.
So is there one more boss that got a Dark Shock?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. Which
Not
one?
for a while, the Melusine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, decided not to have that be part of the incentive just because there's such a long gap between Atmos and Marigine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Makes sense.
In the third battle, it's not that like it's a little bit more like convenient because you can get you get 2 Dark Shocks in 1 turn, so it's not that bad. If you miss the first, you can still hit the second without any time loss.
Yeah.
Marugene is the exact same chance to hit as Atmos if you're still level 14.
You're 15 by that point.
Okay, so it'll be 40% instead of 39%. But her magic evasion is only 15%, so it's actually easier to hit her than Atmos.
Okay, so Happy's in the dragon room now, as I call it, because these magic dragons are your best friends for the next couple minutes, basically, because you want to capture 2 of them with your Beastmasters to release on one of the final dungeon mini bosses, and then you also want to learn the level 2 old spell. So the best possible formations you can get is the one that Happy's on right now, where there's 3 dragons, either just 3 dragons or with those other 2 enemies too. So then you do Guild Toss and Thunder Scroll to get them weak enough that you can catch 2 of them, and then just do another Guild Toss to kill the last one. And then he wants to get ideally a 1 dragon battle after that. And that also should work out with the leveling route that they go up to level 15 off of that fight too. Refreshing Deln stream again, see if that helps.
Okay, nice.
A little bit of RNG, because like Dragon Dark said earlier, the Magic Dragon will not use level 2 old on its own, so you have to manipulate it. Then you also, because you can only make it cast it on itself, you then have to cast Wall on it so that it will reflect, and then you also have to get a little lucky in that it hits any of the characters except Ferris, because the character has to either be a blue mage or have the learning ability, which is what Bart's does. So if it hits Ferris, then you have to do it again, basically. Alright, pretty solid Dragon Floor on Happy's run.
Yeah.
My PB had a terrible Dragon Floor where I had to waste several minutes running back and forth trying to get the right fights.
That can happen, sadly.
Actually is another quote-unquote dragon floor with much stronger dragons.
Yes. Yep.
Red dragons, blue dragons, and yellow dragons.
Right after the bridge.
Good luck catching those guys.
Yeah, you really don't want to miss. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is the bridge here. You really, really don't want to hit that switch when the bridge is in front of one of those faces on the wall, because it forces you into a fight. And if you get the Jackanapes, or I forget what it's called in this version, then you're dead, because you can't kill it or run away. And
is it working now? Sorry.
It's looking okay to me. I had to refresh it twice.
Alright, so my internet crapped out about 15 times in a row, every 2 seconds. Sorry about that. I could not answer anything. But it should be fine now, hopefully.
Sorry, you're disqualified.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I better stop now.
You could have at least spliced in not getting blocked by the Moogle.
Oh, well, I can't block that, sorry, but...
Team TrashCan has all the internet problems.
Yeah, I guess it's up to LCC to try to have a internet problem-free run.
Now that we've said that...
no, he might prepare himself. Might prepare himself for that. I almost forgot what I was supposed to do there for a second.
So X-Stuff's the first instance of level 2 olds, which gradually lowers your level over time. And so he's going to cast level 2 olds to lower X-Stuff's level and then buff with the fight.
Yeah, there's actually a different setup you have to do depending on what he does. If he does condemn, you have to buffer some extra escape messages. That's basically used to advance the Sarah said, it decreases his level over time, and if you buffer with escape messages, you can control that really precisely to make the level 5 Doom hit.
Yeah, I always just love that you're one of the hardest bosses in the game. You're just cheesing out like that by death by math.
It's actually one of the harder setups, yeah, but you can still kill him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I always use the kind of easier setup where you just run buffer 6 times. Yeah, because when you're doing old to reduce their level so that you can then use level 5 Doom, one of the ways you can set it up is to hold the L and R buttons to try to run, and then count the number of can't run messages for a visual cue. Some of the other fights, like the Antlion, which is the next boss they're going to use it on, the job setup for it works out so that as soon as the blue mage's turn comes up, it's time.
Don't forget to change the battle speed again, it would be bad. You only change it a couple of times, but still.
Yeah, because the battle speed only affects enemies, so you only want to raise it during either things like learning Goblin Punch, where you want the enemy to get more turns, or during certain death by math battles, just because the rate that old reduces enemies' levels is based on the battle speed. So if you left it at battle speed 4 for I forget which exact boss it is, but I tested it once on emulator and it took about 40 can't run messages instead of like 5.
Oh man.
The dragon's got the less fortunate magic dragon setup, whether you get the one magic dragon before you get the triple.
Yeah, and then you kind of need to decide then if you want to catch it and move on, or run away and hope for a triple.
I usually run away and hope, but you can do it both ways, like you have enough money.
And now he gets the triple afterwards. Of course.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Yeah.
So, Jenya, were you able to stabilize your AP then after Biblos? Was that still the thing?
I think I did, yeah. I think I solved it out earlier. I tried to change up the jobs a little bit from at battles where I thought like I could switch jobs. Like for example, to get the missing blue mage AP for Butts, I changed him as a blue mage where he was supposed to be a bard, like right before, like at the little boss relay before World 2, because he doesn't need the bard AP there, so he got that one going. I think I should be fine. If I'm not fine, then well, I'm just gonna quit. But no, but I think I should be fine.
How much AP did Butts lose? You usually have like 5 or 6 leeway, I think.
He lost 7, but he gained 5 with that, like because I.
Yeah, okay, that should be totally fine.
So he lost 2. That should be fine.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I would think if you could make it up just by killing some mobs with the Guild Toss somewhere. Way.
That would be the ultimate last resort, but pretty much.
Yeah, because your level is not really important after the dragon fight, because for that one you have to obviously be divisible by 2, your level. Yeah. But after that, it's not that important anymore.
It's not a problem.
I think I got all the AP I need, though. I had to make a lot of backup strats here and there, but I'm pretty confident I got everything
I think that's
need.
Still the ultimate clutch point of the relay so far, was actually being able to kill Biblos with with the release.
How did you actually kill it? You released page 60.
Yeah, I forgot to
64,
change
and
job.
it did a strong
I forgot.
fight and hit for about 400.
And cast fire
Wow.
a couple times before too.
Good job,
I
man.
completely forgot to change. I think I forgot to change jobs. Like that was the dumbest thing I could have ever done.
That was a really solid backup now. I usually change right after picking up the chest. With the Phoenix Stone.
Dude, Galuf is not smart enough to hit a Phoenix down on himself.
So interesting
He just doesn't
thing
want to
about this,
die.
interesting thing about this solo Galuf versus Xdeath fight. Xdeath's magic multiplier is 11 in this fight, and the second time you fight him, it's only 4. 4 is the minimum a monster can have, but in this particular fight, he just does some pretty stupid amounts of damage.
Good thing Galuf is in Super Saiyan mode for that.
Yeah, but
I remember way back, a friend of mine had a theory about why Galuf actually dies after the fight, and it's that he just took so much damage during the fight itself that his HP was too far in the negatives. He just couldn't hit it back up in positive amounts.
Right.
We have Happy fighting the Ain't Lion.
yep, Antolion in the PlayStation version.
More death by math.
Yeah, so this is a setup where you don't have to do any run buffering or like manual timing. Is another way to put it. You just have to have this exact job and ability and equipment set up, and then Kara casts level 12, and as soon as her next turn comes up, level 5 Doom.
And now for the rope shenanigans.
You actually have to manually walk towards the rope a couple of times there. And then you have to be careful to not get caught up in like mashing text and talking to Boko over and over again.
Yes, I think everybody's done that at least a few times. I know I have.
Yeah.
Alright, very nice X-Death battle by Dragon. Looks like he did the 6 can't run buffer strat. Yeah, sadly, opening the chest, very worthwhile, does add a bunch of time to the run and not really give you anything out of it.
Other than hilarious
you get
dialogue,
the
of course.
Excalibur.
Yes, or the Excalibur, as it's called in this translation.
Hey, the Excalibur is actually good for goblin punching.
Yeah, or throwing. Yeah, because the Excalibur has a high advertised attack power, basically, which is how the game kind of tricks you into thinking it's the Excalibur and wanting to equip it. But it has a special property where it like reduces the power to 1 when you actually attack with it. But if you equip it and then use like an ability that's based off of your physical attack power, like Goblin Punch, it ignores that damage reduction. If you throw it, it's the same. In my Crystals for Life FF5 run 2 years ago, I finished off X-Death by throwing the Excalibur at him.
That is the best way to finish up the fight.
Yep. Okay, so looking like Dragon is currently in the lead just for FF5, but it just as far as how they're all doing just within this game, it's still very close. It looks like.
And suddenly X death. Plot twist.
He was a twig the whole time.
Yeah.
He's just practicing for when he's a tree.
Dragon Alex is watching the FF5's closest equivalent to what would be the opera.
Yeah, they will be taking great pains to avoid the Omega fist bump.
Yes.
Omega, man.
So this start of the third world is kind of the last meaningful set of cutscenes left in the run. It's like 7 or 8 minutes total, I think, excluding the antlion battle.
Yeah, we get this Super Saiyan Turtle versus X-Death fight.
Yep. This reminds me a lot too of the Lagoon cutscene battle too.
Pew 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 pew.
Ah. Guido's sprite when he's knocked over looks so adorable.
Yeah.
Dalton and Ginger are really close right now.
Yeah, Dylan's only like one floor ahead.
Yeah. How good their dragon floor is might swing it a bit though.
If Dallin is still on the manipulation, his one will be really good though.
Well, if he is, that's a new record, I guess, for distance. If the previous one was.
I'm still there. I'm still on that.
Oh,
if
wow.
I get 3 dragon next fight, that means I'm still on it.
Wow.
I hope you remembered to change the jobs the other way around. Because with the new route, he actually gets the... Wait, do you actually get the single one first or the 3 ones?
He got the single one first.
Yeah, it's
Oh
single
yeah,
one
okay,
first.
that's what I thought.
Looks like,
So you...
looks like he's set up for it.
Yeah. So you learn that first and then you catch them.
Alright, so...
It doesn't really matter what order you do those in. I think most people just do the catching first because that's what the record does.
Yeah, it's as long as you have enough mediator AP on Lena, which should be the case if you don't get trolled really hard. It doesn't matter.
Mediator.
Learning about all these weapons that are actually completely useless for our purposes.
True.
Alright.
But yeah, because we basically have almost everything we need already in order to actually beat all of the mini bosses in the final dungeon. But you have to do the pyramid and get the first tablet in order to get the airship, which is what you need in order to get to the cleft.
Looks like Dell is still on the manipulation right now.
Nice.
That is amazing.
I was saddened by the fact that you cannot catch sand bears in the desert anymore in World 3.
Oh.
But Rain and I did actually finally figure out how you catch a Skull Eater. You have to mix the equivalent of the giant drink to get its max HP up to 2. Do 1 damage, and then catch it with the Cornago gourd. When released, it if you could exceed 9,999 damage, it would do about 12,000 damage.
Ooh.
Okay, oh man, that was so clutch. I forgot to heal Buds. But he survived.
That's samurai blocking.
Yeah, so the gimmick with gargoyles, which guard all of the tablet dungeons, is that you have to kill them the same round, or else they revive each other. But just like with the Poroboros much earlier, the gargoyles are very susceptible to bribes.
Yeah. The thing is also, Batsa has the bone mail for this fight, so I couldn't actually heal him in the fight. That's the thing.
Okay, no white snake fights.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And there's a fun way to take them out, because they're all undead, so if you mix, I believe, a potion or a high potion and your Phoenix down, you'll have the same effect as Life 2, and one-shot them.
Yeah.
These chest monsters here, I believe, are just for experience. So this next room that has the machine heads, or Omega Juniors as I call them, ideally you can get through without fighting any of them by kind of baiting the one that's kind of in your way to the exit and then running past it, or doing a clip basically, because you have to make eye contact basically, but isn't be facing each other for the fight to actually start. So you can, if you go through when it's facing away, you can actually clip through it, but that's pretty difficult and somewhat luck-based too. So
it could be one tile to the left, and you could still get a fight with it anyway, like Happy just did.
So, but the more consistent route is just to accept getting one fight and go. And fortunately, if you buy a Bolt 3 spell, you can actually insta-kill them with Bolt 3 or Thundaga sword.
He didn't actually get a turn. That's yeah. While I was on PB pace, I once managed to miss this, which is about, I think, 5% chance or something, and then he killed that.
Oh, jeez. Well,
he used missile on him, which halves HP, and then I think he did, like, when you take too long, he always does these the rays that kill you.
Yeah, that was where I had my second death in my SGDQ run, too. I don't really remember the exact circumstances, but the first one was from missing the bridge puzzle next to Heath's Castle, and the second one was to the machine head. I chalk that up to the fact that it was like going on 4 in the morning or so at the time.
Oh, nice. So it's actually not Segmet, the encounter I got in this room. Nope. Still not him.
You're just getting a bland Lamia.
Yeah.
That's a token of all the Lamias I killed. Or do you steal it, like the tiara? For Forge Up Fiesta, I needed that for my dancer. There we go. Useless tablet.
Pyramid's kind of an interesting dungeon in that it's more about the traps than the fights, and there's no boss at the end of it too, or so you're meant to think.
The true boss is if you try to fight a Zephyr Zone.
Oh god.
That's the reason we have smoke equipped on a character, if not escape. Like when you go in there, I have smoke on Butzer always for that.
Yeah, Zephyr zones are really hard to run from.
Yeah, if you didn't have that, you'd be better off just trying to kill them with Guild Toss. And you'd have to do some... I don't know if we actually explained it for the Gargoyles fight, too, that was the first time you saw a Chemist Mix being used, and if you mix an Antidote and a Revivify, also known as a Holy Water, that will do Samson Power, which temporarily increases the target's level by 10 for the rest of the battle. And that, because the damage formula for Guild Toss is based on the user's level relative to the enemy's defense stat, you can pump up the amount of damage that Guild Toss does by doing that, sometimes multiple times. You'll be seeing a lot of that during the mini-boss rush in the final dungeon, too. Along with Hero Drinks, which is a chemist usable item that does the same thing.
There's also another one you can do that pumps level by 20.
Yeah, Dragon Power, which is, I think, a potion and a Dragon Fang.
Something like that.
Well, Dragon Fangs are not purchasable. You have to kill dragons to get them.
I think it's actually quite interesting that the speedrun just gets completely finished without picking up a single one of the legendary weapons.
Yeah.
And with being... Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, usually, like, in a casual playthrough, you would think that those are the most powerful weapons, which you absolutely have to need in order to defeat, like, any of the final boss or whatever, but you just don't need anything.
Yeah.
It's like Final Fantasy Tactics. You use math to kill your enemies.
Yeah, right.
Or bribes, which are based on math because it's based on your level. So.
Or you drink mysterious beverages.
Yeah. All right. So after this
game's giving off some really bad messages.
Yeah. So anyway, this Happy is about to fight Mirogene, which is basically the boss of the pyramid. And this is the most complicated death by math kill in the game, because in order to get level 5 death to work, well, I mean, it's an odd numbered level, so you can't just cast level 2 old. You have to cast Dark Shock first in order to make level 2 old work, and then that'll make level 5 death work. But there's a pretty cool strat for making it so she doesn't actually attack you more than once, too.
Yeah. Also, there's this really, really, really long cutscene before this battle, so you don't want to make any mistakes here.
Nope. Even if you save beforehand, yeah, it's several minutes of cutscenes. So if you have to reset, then yeah, it's a pretty nasty loss.
Genya is very slightly ahead of Deln right now, despite Deln still being on the manipulation.
I think Genya had a pretty good dragon floor even without manipulation.
Yeah, that was actually pretty much perfect. Almost. I got one extra encounter, but that's fine. But the most important thing also is that level 2 old hits right away, and that it basically hits not your thief, because it can hit your thief, and then you just basically have to do it again.
Another first try Dark Shock, really? Dang.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so
using track of this anyway.
Using the Lamia's Kiss mix will confuse her, although she does eventually outspeed you, so if you miss with both of your Dark Shock attempts on your first turn, it's much safer to cast Reset and try again.
It's quite similar to Antline, where as soon as whoever casts Dark Shock, whoever casts level 2 owns, when it's their turn again, it's time for level 5 dunes.
Yeah, that's what Genya said earlier, that it doesn't really matter if you hit the first or second one, because Butts is just dead weight in this fight, pretty much. He doesn't do anything if you hit the first Dark Shock.
Yeah, because the timing is based on Ferris's ATB. So Butts just gets another chance to do Dark Shock, basically.
I also like how the antlion still escapes after you kill him.
Yep. Yeah. He runs
He
away
doesn't if
after
you counterattack him to death.
Yeah, I think that happened in my first Fiesta because I had Monk. If you kill him with a Monk counterattack, then he doesn't get his escape death counter.
Also, it's really important that when you get Lena, she's obviously dead because you kind of killed her. But you have to resurrect her with the life spell and not a Phoenix Down. This will be important later.
I like how the antlion in this game's like fangs can like spread all the way across this room too.
Don't worry about that.
I guess they're extendable or something. Okay, so Happy just has one pit stop to make in Mirage Village to buy some spells and items, and then he's off to the Cleft of Dimension to finish the game.
Don't you mean the end zone?
Yeah, yeah, or the end zone if you'd prefer.
All right, according to Alec K47, as of Antlion, Team Chocobros is in the lead with 320.59. Ultros Boogie 322.17. TrashCan 323.38, and Wyberns 324.27. So we're still within 4 minutes of each other.
Yeah, that's basically where it's been for like quite a while now. It's amazing that they're this consistent. I mean, just because I mean, Genya and Deln have been basically neck and neck for this whole game so far. But we do have FF6 coming up after that, and that is a game that has a lot more RNG in it than 5. RNG means just random factors in the game outside your control if you're not done with speedrunner lingo.
Ninja.
It also has a lot more fish in it than the other two.
It doesn't have 1% fish, though.
Yeah, it just has good taste fish. Or pro bass fish if you're the LCC.
Yeah, that's nice. With the Subimos, people can raise their fish when the part comes up.
Yep. Well, we did that with real Swedish fish during Crystals for Life last year when I was fishing. Denton got to be Sid. I think MV had an idea too of making like a electronic pet of Sid, but you have to feed fish or else he gets unhappy.
So unfortunately, Butza is kind of wasting all the nitro that we put in this airship.
Yeah.
So it's not going to quite go as fast as it is right now.
Make it even harder to land the MLG landing.
Well, it looked like he was moving 8 pixels per frame with that one, so you'd have 2 frames to be able to get on the correct one. That's perfectly doable. 2 frames is huge. That's like double frame perfect. Happy is looking to get attacked by a specific monster called a town.
So here he's picking up small or mini and float size, sorry, and
yeah,
a bunch of running shoes.
There. I picked up drag as well, but it's not expensive, so it's fine. Costs like 40 or something.
There's a lot of good equipment in this town.
Yeah,
of course, the most
like,
busted thing is the running shoes.
Hermes sandals in the GBA version.
Which is auto haste accessory.
Yeah.
Very useful.
It's definitely probably the most useful thing to have in the 4-job Fiesta, just because a lot of the other really kind of universally good stuff is based on jobs instead of items and equipment.
Yeah, if you don't roll time mage as one of your jobs, you generally are going to need them.
Yeah, or the Mazamune can do it too if you have Samurai.
There's also a chemist mix, but it's a little slow to get that up on everybody.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so entering the Cleft here, I mean, like we've said a couple times, this is a pretty extensive mini-boss gauntlet. Pretty much every one of them has, well, there's a few that have similar strats, but most of them are pretty unique.
2 optional ones too, so there's a lot even without the optional bosses.
Calofisteri, also known as Wood Sprite. The first one is a fairly tight death by math kill, where it's a ATB based one, but you're doing a bit of AI manipulation too, because ordinarily she casts Reflect on herself, and then reflects debuffs off of herself onto you. But if one of your characters has Reflect, she'll skip casting Reflect on herself and then just cast buffs off of your characters onto herself. But you're going to use a chemist mix to give one of your own characters Reflect, because if she has Reflect, then you can't Death by Math her, because Reflect blocks blue magic too.
Another thing I just passed through, like you go through different areas you've already seen, and this one resembles the floating ruins, and there's a certain enemy that can still show up here. Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't meet it, and I'm crossing my fingers that no one else will.
Yeah. Then if you wonder if anyone's screaming like, "Why did you forget the healing pot?" It's actually because he wants to stay in critical HP for cover strats later on.
Yeah, this is where it gets really important that life spell revives you in critical HP, whereas Phoenix Down doesn't. So there's a lot of life usage to bring people back to life, but Phoenix Downs are never used.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I picked up the Dragon Fang, which is part of mixing the Reflect mix on Calofisteri. If you're doing glitchless, you'd also get a ribbon here as part of the setup for Neo X Death.
Yeah, ribbon is a very, 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 very good piece of headgear.
Yeah, the only dancers and freelancers can equip it in this game.
But I think you get it as an ability, don't you? So you could.
Yeah, there's an equip ribbons ability from the dancer class. That ribbon is just so good that they give it its own ability.
Yeah.
Although I think generally just being a freelancer would be a better call, just because then you'd actually have 2 ability slots to use and other stuff. Because freelancers can equip any equipment. Alright, let's see if Happy gets the Death by Math kill. If you mess it up, you can do a backup plan where you use Samson Power on Lena, then Guilt Toss, but that's a couple minutes slower.
Looks like you got it. I just want to say, Calofisteri, I think, really loves that orb she's holding.
Yeah.
Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay. Memory cursor. I got ahead of myself.
I'm sorry, but 8 Eyes cannot have L2 old cast on it.
I wanted to test that real quick. Nothing good.
Just wanted to be sure.
Okay, I'm gonna take the save point here. This is the only save point you have in the Cleft.
Yeah, it's the only save point that you can use without having to fight a mini-boss. And it's
right before
in a race or marathon, it's a pretty good idea to make use of it, especially just because you've got Omega right afterwards. Okay, that was kind of close, but you made it. I mean, Omega kind of follows somewhat predictable movement patterns, but I think it has like just different kind of groups of moves that it can shift between. Like it likes to move left and then right several times, but yeah. And I think it follows the same rules as the machine heads too, where you have to be making eye contact or it has to be facing towards you when you cross its path to have the fight start. And if you fight Omega, you're dead because you can't run away. If you even get a turn before it uses like wave cannon.
Wave cannon only does 50% HP though, but it's got a 70. I think it's a 70 or a 77 speed rating.
Okay.
So it'll probably get 2 turns off before you get 1.
And having a running shoes is so important for a lot of these fights, and also just for the regular encounters too, because there's a couple enemies where if you don't have running shoes too, you're not guaranteed to be able to run before they attack. Okay, so
Happy here is fighting Apanda, who's weak to fire, and that's why they got the magic dragon from earlier, since flame. It hits it for 50% of its max HP, but since it has higher than 20,000, it can only hit for the damage cap. So you need a fire rod afterwards to be able to take it out.
Pokemon strats.
Pokemon strats are strong, man. Gotta catch them all.
It's one of the few bosses that don't take bribes.
Yeah. Well, I think the current Japanese record does bribe it because it skips catching the dragons. But it's a little slower of a fight. So this is what I always like to affectionately call the make Final Fantasy VI speedrunner jealous room, because there's ninjas that have the same sprite, but in this game you can run away from them, and you can't in 6.
See if I get one. Only getting dragons so far. Nope.
These dragons actually have a pretty good catch as well. They have Breathwing, which is the exact same as the magic dragon, except it's wind elemental instead of fire.
Yeah, so it can do 99.99 to all pieces of Neo X stuff if you release it.
Very, very useful. Alright, we got Dragon LX is just entering the end zone.
Oops. Come on. There we go.
Now we're really going to start abusing the Samson's power mix and guild toss at the same time. And hero drinks. To get really powerful guild tosses. And also this boss is a really simple AI loop that he'll just use the Graviton move if there's any floating allies. So that he can use Earthshake.
Yeah, and you do not want him to do anything else, because if he does Earthquake, you're dead.
It works even better if you put a wall on anybody who's floating, because the gravity ability that he uses is reflectable, so he'll just cast that over and over and over.
Yeah. So what he's doing is he's just AI looping Catastrophe with casting Float while he buffs up Ferris with Samson Power and then Hero Drinks. So then and he can kill it with 3 guild tosses.
I'm using Bard here just for AP to learn an ability later on.
Mm-hmm.
Bard's used a fair amount, but never actually any songs.
Which is unfortunate, because Bard is... I didn't actually realize until my first Fiesta where I got Bard just how broken some of those songs are.
Hero song is pretty busted.
Little note, you can actually, if you screw up, just in case, you can mix Maiden Kiss and Antidote to also grant Float if you screw up with Lena. I looked it up just in case, not that that would ever happen to me.
Of course.
And backup strats. Now, there is an optional boss here in that lower left cell that they could fight for another save point. He's basically a blue mage, and there's a few spells that if you cast them, he will learn them and then cast them back at you. This includes Exploder.
Yep.
That is such a good strat.
Yeah. So even though there's only one screen where they can get or Oh yeah, it's in this green right here where you can get, I think, Ramu. And he's got slightly different stats than he did earlier, but he's still a jerk.
Keep in mind, they haven't really leveled at all since they did that grinding in World 1.
Yeah, I mean, you're meant to be probably in the high 30s or low 40s at this point in the game, so...
Yeah, they're kind of expecting you to have 4-digit HP at this point.
Yeah, so Halycon is the strat is fairly similar to Catastrophe, only you don't need to leave his AI because he always turns you into frogs for his first turn, and then I think he basically always just does a regular attack, which Butts will tank with the cover ability.
Whoops.
He does a bunch of physical. It's not really. I think it's his 7th or 8th turn is the only dangerous one where he'll cast Holy. Outside of that, it's mostly just physical attacks.
And when you win this, you get the Almighty Frog Flex too, 4x4.
Yeah, I
Also,
kind of made a little blunder there, drinking one time too many, but shouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, you can always high potion Butts for safety.
Yeah.
He looked like he got an attack off when Butts was in the middle of trying to put in a command. Oh wait, he's not using guard.
So frog flex.
Yeah, by the way, frogs are just as good at bribing as people are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's convenient that being a frog or mini doesn't actually really inconvenience you that much. I mean, you can't cast spells, but you can use a lot of other abilities.
You can still cast Toad.
Yeah, well, I think you can cast all spells if you're minied too.
Yeah, Mini you can. Mini also has the advantage of doubling your evasion rate.
Yep, but yeah, which is why after Halycon, they're going, or after Twintania, they're going to mini themselves, and that's for doubling evasion. Because with the crystal shield that they bought in Mirage and mini status, they have 90% block evasion, physical attacks, and if you're covering too, that applies to your whole party.
Works even better if you manage to steal the Genji shield off of
Gilgamesh. Yeah,
that has a 50% base. You actually have you're actually unhittable by physical attacks.
And Butts is a useful ability to run away for a while now.
Yep.
Also, dead roadkill frogs.
So the strat here is waiting for Twintania to charge his Giga Flare, and while he's charging that, all of his stats change.
Yeah, and his level drops from 67 to 60.
Tough luck!
His first couple turns are random as far as whether he does attacks or Heat Ray or Blizzard, but he always does Wind Slash for the next 2 turns after that.
For some reason, if you come out of hiding after Wind Slash, his level doesn't change or something? Like, you have to get hit by Wind Slash.
I've had Death by Math just fail inexplicably sometimes if I don't get out before the second Wind Slash.
I always wondered why you guys came out and ate Wind Slash for that.
I mean, every Japanese run I've ever watched always comes out before the second Wind Slash, and I never understood why until I tried skipping it and then died in a run because of getting Giga Flared.
Yeah, Giga Flare completely ignores defense and magic defense.
I mean, you're gonna die to it even in a casual playthrough.
Yeah, it does a pretty stupid amount of damage.
I mean, the game kind of pretty much tells you that you have to Twintania as a boss. You're meant to cheese out because one of the books you can read in Apanda's room gives you some hints about that.
Yeah, I'm ashamed to admit in my Fortune Fiesta I actually brute forced RNG with the Assassin's Dagger to kill him during the charge.
I'm a little sad you healed the frog status.
Yeah, I don't know.
Keeping frogs
it's better to keep track of, actually, who's
jobs,
who. I think it doesn't actually change anything, right? So
no, it shouldn't.
Could actually carry the frog force to Exodus.
This area here is the one that has the one monster that can actually outspeed a thief with Hermes sandals on.
Crystal Dragon.
I guess I'll skip the chest down there, right?
No, get it. You totally take it. Remember, if you screw up, you can just run away.
I don't think Crystal Dragon is quite as dangerous as a Hydra, but it's up there.
It's learning.
I mean, you're equipped to take out that chest if you really wanted to. And you have enough of a lead, so...
But it's for a really nice sword.
Okay, that's one last cutscene, and then one last menuing, and then one last fight.
And unfortunately, it's going to be a bit less, a bit more anticlimactic than you would hope for.
Yeah,
I'm content with that. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, it's also a lot. It's also a lot easier and faster too, because they're basically going to be abusing a glitch with one of the chemist mix items called Kiss of Blessing, which is where you mix a holy water and a maiden's kiss, I believe.
Yeah,
and that's meant to be a buff that gives you blink, haste, and berserk. But because of a bug that's in the Super Famicom and PlayStation versions of the game, it ignores immunity to berserk, so you can break bosses' AI scripts with it.
It actually still ignores the immunity to berserk in the GBA version as well. It just doesn't break scripts.
Oh, interesting.
So you can still use it on him, and he'll just do physical
spells,
attacks.
okay.
But when his HP runs out, he'll still go into Neo. It just triggers the script. However, you can, in the GBA version, kill him with an HP leak, and the script will not trigger.
Nice.
So there is a way to bypass it in that version too.
Yeah, but them doing it in this version lets them actually make Tree Form X Death pretty easy, and then actually skip Neo X Death completely, because ordinarily when you deplete his 49,001 HP, he transforms, but if you've broken his script with Kiss of Blessing, then he just dies. And you win.
Had to be 49,001.
Yep.
Just because.
The only real reason I know that the GBA version didn't fix it with the Berserk immunity is because that's how I took out Omega.
Oh, okay.
It was get him Berserk, keep everybody blinked, and then level pump Lena because she was the only one who could match his level, and then Goblin punch him to death.
Nice. Yeah, having a chemist really helps with taking out Omega.
Yeah, I've heard of people using Samson power on Shinryu until he becomes level 255, and then using level 5 death too.
I actually could have done that with Omega too, because I had a blue mage.
Yeah, I think all 4 FF5 runners are easily on sub 410 pace, which is a pretty solid time for no reset run. Current record is a very high 402. Yeah, so go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just say, so as soon as once he's broken his script, all he does is physical attacks, which you're basically immune to, between being minied with Crystal Shield and also having Guard, I believe, in this setup. So then you basically just need to keep buff up with Samson power until you can pierce his defense and then kill him with Guild Toss.
Yeah, it's like the first hit he does can actually kill Butzer if you get really unlucky and he doesn't block, but after that he's in Guard pretty much all the time, so...
Yeah, and even if he
From
dies,
this
it's not
point
a
onwards,
huge issue.
it's autopilot pretty much. Yeah, you can, since with the setup we buff Lena up 9 times, and it works out that another thief gets his turn. That way that you can actually revive Butzer without much of a hassle. The only thing you have to keep track of pretty much is your ATB, so that you know when you have to defend with the thieves or guilders. Because killing your own thieves off at that point it takes so long. Alright, that's it, I'm done.
You're done? Okay. 405, about 13 or 14.
Well,
Very
that's
nice.
a PG by like 7 minutes. It was really old though.
Nice, congrats.
Thanks.
Good job.
Alright, I hope Big is ready. I'll be stepping out to get something to eat. I'll still be in here for the other FF5 runners still, so
Awesome.
be right back.
Alright, Vic, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Count me down.
Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big choke.
Good start.
Looks like I need to adjust the crop a bit.
Oh, Dylan and Genya are still.
Yeah, I just kill me, please.
Reset. You feel
I did a mistake again.
Missed the math on Calofisteri.
I did. I don't know why I'm this stupid though. It should work at some point, but I'm not sure yet. I just have to keep casting.
Yeah, I've been there. It
This
does
is,
look eventually.
this is not gonna end well though. I don't know. I'm just not on my mind today for some reason. God damn it, dude.
You can do a guilt toss for backup.
Normally it should work at some point. Maybe it doesn't.
If she gets down to level 1, he could always mix a Samson power on her.
Oh boy, I just don't know what I'm doing really.
Thankfully, she really likes to buff herself.
It's not working
She's
at all.
level 68 to start with. She
Hello,
might be level
hello.
1 by now.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good to see y'all. How you doing?
Oh no, it's Prosentia. Run!
No.
He brought the demon rush with him.
I'm here too.
Oh, hello, Carrie.
So, Brett.
I still.
Brett
God.
sent you to try to counterbalance her brother a bit.
Yeah.
With the work,
do that.
with a working mic this time too.
Yay.
Yeah, good job. Oh no, people are already trying to start the puns up. Ah! Go away, people.
Okay.
No. Wait. Stay here. Bring more people. Promise puns.
Yeah. So once all the runners are on or about to start FF6, we'll talk more about the leveling strats. But the very first incentive in FF6 is to get the Welt quick kill, which is where you kill it before it goes into its shell. Doesn't look like Vic got it.
I think I'm gonna reset. Like I don't see any point how this is still gonna work out. I was saved before entering the.
She's probably level 1 by now. You might be able to pop a Samson power on her.
Yeah, but she got wall on herself already, so I can't even cast level 5 Doom right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would just pump up Lena with Samson power.
I'm on my way, but
it's gonna take a little bit to get her up to the point where she can do some damage.
Alright. I'm gonna say that the manipulation should still be going, technically.
Ooh.
Okay, there goes the wells.
This might be the first completed FF5 run with full manipulation by a English-speaking person, then. Which is pretty impressive.
Okay. Should be okay, I think. Yeah, we should be good. Okay.
So embarrassing, dude. It's insane.
Drink.
I just want to say I'm really enjoying this whole relay today. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been super fun. My brain's already dead. No, I just started talking.
Well, Ripper sent you.
So, business as usual then, in other words.
Pretty much.
He's been playing too much Demon Rush and trying to break it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I feel bad.
They're breaking each other.
It's mutual, yes.
As long as we see Brooks crack tackle in the run at some point.
I think we will. It looks like so. You actually have to grind with him at the moment.
Yeah. So maybe after Dragon finishes and we switch over to Fothlo, then we'll start talking about FF6.
Yeah, it's not needed and waiting for me. It's just still taking forever.
Yeah, this is a nice thing about the glitched run though, is that you can do this and still actually have enough money to finish.
Alright, I am fighting Excel, so I'm almost ready on time.
Alright.
I'm just mostly curious to see if Dylan can keep the encounter manipulation all the way to the end.
He's been doing great. This is amazing.
He doesn't have very far to go.
Escape combine. Should be okay. Yeah. Alright. Drink.
As a note, it looks like Bish. Is that how you say his name, Bish?
On time.
Time? Alright, 4:05:25.
Oh,
nice.
Yay, congrats.
Only
Very nice.
9 seconds behind Happy's time.
Yeah, good job. I got really good RNG. You caught up quite a bit.
Congrats, guys. Good job, good job.
Good job.
Don't worry, Jen. Yeah, dude. Like pulling off the setups is one thing, but pulling through with like backup stuff goes a long way. So don't worry, it's all fine.
That's just stupid. Like my, I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, at least you didn't buy lightning rods like Happy did last year.
Yep.
That was shots.
Yep. Totally justified the shots. I redeemed myself kinda, so it's all good.
Rain just threw in a comment that he still has money, so he's doing better than Rain did.
More shots.
Oh, I remember that with Rain. I felt so bad for him. Basically, he got to the last battle and had no money. Couldn't just bribe the boss, you know?
Alright, Fathlo, we're ready for you whenever you are. I don't see him in the call, though.
Well, I'm gonna be off now. I really need some food. So, thank you so much for the opportunity and for organizing. This was a blast. Best of luck to all the FF6 runners.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, and good job on your run, too.
GG on your run.
Seriously, so good. Like 10 seconds within a happy squid. That is great, man. That is really good.
Alright, thank you. See you later, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Now, Fathlo's stream is up, but he's not in the call and hasn't responded in chat.
It looks like he's still setting up the weld. I don't know.
Oh.
Kobayi and Dragon were apparently too fast for him. He didn't expect that.
Oh no.
So fast.
Yeah, what he's doing is some encounter RNG manipulation that involves resetting the game a certain number of times before you start a run.
Yeah, luckily it looks like Happy Squid was able to get that manipulation earlier.
Happy Squid.
Beige, that guy, you know, the one under Happy Squid. Happy
I was
Squid
playing
is actually
FF5.
channeling his
That's
power.
fine. Happy will
into
take the
Beige.
FF6 accomplishments too.
Yeah, just like
yeah, I guess.
just like Genya did for Bitfrost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, Bitfrost, but yeah.
Oh god, what is...
Oh
wow.
my god, dude.
Game's kind of loud, Fathlo. Yeah.
Wow.
The dramatic music, though.
Yeah, he's making his entrance right now.
Okay, so Delm, quick question. Did you manage to keep the manipulation all the way to the end?
Sure did.
Whoa.
Wow.
Very nice.
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 That is a first then in FF5 speedrunning history.
Yeah, but this is not world record by far. Like, I took my time a lot just to not like lose it through the game.
You aced that incentive, though. You should get some bonus points. I guess, I don't know.
I actually gonna have to agree. Give him an extra like bonus point or something for that.
You can have my points, okay? Take my points.
You don't have any points.
I
You
know.
lose
right?
points because of playing the Demon Rush.
You can have my negative points, Dell. You want those?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm gonna agree on that.
Is anyone keeping the frog team for X-Death?
Oh, I am. There's still frogs right now.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
Oh man, all those frogs.
Dude, I love frogs in this game. In all games, actually. Every time they use an item, it's like, praise the sun.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, imps were fine in FF5, but these frogs, look at them. They're so cute.
Yeah, especially they're like ready pose when you queue in action, too.
And then when they're dead, they look like roadkill.
Poor froggies.
Yeah. Dead Fusoya still has the market cornered, though. In Dead Frog.
Oh, definitely.
Milo Beard.
I can't wait to run against these splits. Oh, it's going to be great.
Oh, you actually have your splits for this category?
Oh, yes.
For lols?
I want to see the red.
Are you doing 7 lists?
Nah, I don't think so.
Boo.
Where's the man strats LCC?
I could. The only problem is I wouldn't know Doom. That'd be rough.
You could say you'd be doomed.
Yeah.
They start. Keep in mind, these puns are going to happen all through FF6. Enjoy your stay.
Enjoy the punitive damage, as you might say.
Oh.
All right, there we go. Our second person on FF6 running right now. Good old Fadlo.
Dylan is almost done too. He's on X-Death now. He's pumping Lena up.
I guess it's kind of convenient that you have a background for FF6 that kind of looks yellow enough, so you don't have to use the sliders for that. Festival's case. Pretty nice.
Very nice, very nice.
He's not doing the true Chocobro background, though.
Yeah, that's true. No Chocobo background's a shame.
I bet you can make a pretty good one too.
I'm kind of glad there's no chocobo.
Oh, there should have been an incentive for that.
All right, time for me.
All right, 407.29 looks like.
Not bad.
Very nice, Down. Very nice.
Really good job, man. Step manipulation all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Awesome. I dig it. So I'm ready to go whenever you are.
It's getting switched over. You're showing connected on your end because it still hasn't come up yet.
Let me see. Yeah,
It's showing
should
on our
be.
team page, so he should be there.
Okay, it's probably just buffering then.
I've actually been online for a while, so
Do you have the name right?
Let me see what I've got. I've got LCC in lowercase.
try uppercase. Maybe that'll be it.
Yeah, next time we do this, I'm just going to assign names for all of the runners.
Yeah, it's uppercase.
It's like, I'm going to call you Bob.
Oh, okay, there we go. All right.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sevenless.
I have no retort to that comment.
Well, what we mean, by the way, by that. Oh, I like that. And it's going to be highly relevant later on.
Yeah, for Rizapas, I think exclusively in this route.
And if you don't know, if you're watching this and you don't know, strats have changed a little bit with this game. With LCC recently, he's working on a, I call him Sabin, okay? Sabinless route here. Specifically during the...
I call him Mash. I don't know what you guys...
Yeah.
Mash.
Sabin,
Yeah.
Sabin.
Anyway, for some reason, Cyan actually became useful.
Somehow.
Everybody is surprised by it because he was the most useless character in this game.
Okay.
Even more so than Gao, which is amazing. Well, Gao rocks. Anyways, so we actually use him. LCC is currently using him, and you'll see that later on in this route.
Yeah. So for these battles you fight in the Magitech armor, what they're trying to do is have Biggs and Wedge run away from all of them so that Terra gets all the experience, because experience in this game is kind of like FF4 in that it's divided up among living characters at the end of the battle. But unique thing about this game is that you can have part of your party run away, but not the whole thing. And by doing that, they can micromanage their leveling route. And they're doing this here to get Terra basically a full extra level before lock joins, because whenever characters join or rejoin you in this game, their starting level is based on your average party level at the time, sometimes with a plus or minus modifier on it too. So like Terra's level then becomes the basis for Locke's level, and then Edgar, and then Sabin, and so on from there.
Yeah, it has a pretty big compounding effect here.
I guess he'll be saving a lot of time.
Wow.
So one other thing to note about these beginning battles is that the Lobos and the Vomammoths have a... I can't think what it's called.
Boss flag.
Like a boss flag, basically, so you can't run away as long as they're alive. So that's why they're not just using Bioblaster to kill everything. You have to kill the Lobos and Vomammoths first before you can actually run away.
I'm just waiting for time on Genu.
He should be close.
Yeah, just two more. Ugh, God. Get ready. And time.
Okay, 4:13:57. It's 5 minutes faster than my PB.
Yeah, good job, man. Good job.
Still, that was horrible.
And
Good job hanging in there, dude.
Good job. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Magus got to pull the team out.
Sure.
Meg is gonna bring it home with the fallen one skip.
This run, he's gonna tear apart. Tear apart.
Okay.
Guess you could say he's got it on lock.
Right. Vegas, you're ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock. Anytime.
All right. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Floor 6.
Alright guys, I'll step out for now. Thanks again for the relay, Big. You got this, don't worry. And enjoy FF6 everyone. It's a nice game. Not as good as FF5, obviously, but it's also pretty. I'll stick in the chat, but this call will get crowded otherwise. So see you guys.
All right, good night, Happy.
All right, see ya.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out as well. I don't know that much about FF6 for commentary, so thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on the commentary anyway.
Yep, good job.
Thanks,
And
Dragon
good job
Bar.
to all the
Catch you
FF5
later.
runners. Good luck to the FF6 runners, and yeah, I'll catch you all later.
All right, have yourself a good night.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Just to cover that up, I'm gonna go as well. So have a good one, guys. Good luck to the FF6 runners, and see you later. I'm still gonna be in the chat. So.
All right, later, Genya.
See ya. Thanks a lot for hosting the relay, man. Thanks for hosting and let me commentate. Dropping out as well.
Yeah, you have yourself a good night too.
Yeah. See ya.
I guess we've had our
Now
full,
it's just
our
us.
full shift change then. Just me and these two people that may or may not be related.
We're not
yeah, it kind
married,
of depends
guys.
on what Brosent is doing, whether we're not.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, come on. The games I play are actually good. Come on. What are you playing these days? Like Chrono Trigger?
Started Birth by Sleep now.
Oh, yeah. Birth by Sleep. Oh, yeah. Like that holds water to what I play.
What you play does have some water in it.
Yeah.
Well, Wolf Quest does, yeah. Those puppies.
So yeah, I had the best Welk fight of all time. Went to the shell twice.
Oh no. Yeah. There is a manipulation to make it so that the Welk doesn't go into the shell at all. And I guess that didn't quite work out, huh?
Nah. It's dependent on what Terra's ATB starts at. So she was pretty low, so it didn't really work.
Oh, Terra. Oh, Terra.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you go for it and fail, you lose more time than it would have saved. So if you're going for that, it's usually better to just reset and start over. Because you might even end up dying too if you trigger enough counters from the shell.
Yeah, it's looking like Twitch chat is having issues right now, so we're gonna have to be extra entertaining.
So I take it, or did so I know Bic didn't get it. It's like LCC didn't. Did anybody see if Fothlo got it? Almagus is just about to start the fight.
Oops. Unfortunately, I didn't.
I don't think he did. I don't recall seeing him get it.
Oh man, rip.
Well, Twitch chat, we loved you. We had a good time, you know. It was
Okay,
really friendly.
Fathlo said in chat he didn't get it either, so it's up to Magus now if he's even.
Nah,
going
I can't get it.
to-
Terra has
Alright,
way too
come
low
on.
ATB.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, there's one good thing about Twitch chat being down.
Depending on your perspective, I guess.
Oh,
More of that
Terry.
unspeakable emote.
But there's no good taste either.
That's true.
That needs to be back before they get to World of Ruin, though, at least. Just got my reminder to change the playlist over.
This isn't FF5 anymore?
Well, I don't know. How are people feeling about Bath?
I don't know. There's Gilgamesh in here. I mean, it's sort of FF5-ish.
There's Moogles too.
Oh, yeah, Moogles. Lots of Moogles.
Skinnier Moogles, too.
they went on a diet since the last game. Okay, so right now you're seeing Bish go through the mountains. He has to reach certain levels. It's 8, 9, 10, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I
wants his
remember something.
Yeah, he wants his average to be 9 because Sabin joins you at average +2.
Yeah. Level 11's pretty good. So that's why he's fighting some enemies right here. Generally, those big fights, like with the Trillium, the 2 birdies, and that mammoth thingy.
I like your names.
Yeah, they died before I could say what their names were. That's a really good fight, though.
Yeah, and then if they get the a battle that has 4 or more enemies in it, they generally try to get Locke to run away before the end so that more experience goes to Terra and Edgar, just because the math works out so that Locke doesn't need as much experience to get to the level he needs compared to the other 2.
And yeah, just to give an idea of how much time you actually lose from not getting the well quick kill, I'm about a minute behind right now.
Yep, I'm gonna be the same. I went for it even though I knew I couldn't get it.
I did too. Just you know, you gotta go for it.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, if you can recognize that you're not going to get it, you can mitigate a little bit of time, but you're still losing out quite a bit.
Yeah, just because you have the battle speed on 3 instead of 6. Because this game's a lot like FF5 in that the battle speed only affects enemies, and then there's even in this you generally want to play all the way down to 6, just because like in 5 for some reason it's a little different so that you do actually lose time on battles if it's that low, because there's more lag between when you queue turns and when they come up. But in 6 it's all fine basically. So other than a few specific cases where you're fighting kind of reactionary to what enemies do or you want them to do stuff, you always want to play on 6 so they're as slow as possible.
You named Terra Kutan? Okay, El Magus.
Well, I guess she's Lieutenant Kutan then, but she's a general. Alright, so Bick is on Vargas now, and I missed what exactly he was doing with his equipment, but generally you want to kind of equip some weapons that you'll be needing later during the fight, and then also move Locke to the front row so that you can shave a turn off basically and trigger Sabin appearing in 2 rounds instead of 3.
In this game, there's a lot of equipping during battles. Just because it's faster, you don't have to take extra time in the menu.
And also for LCCs on the Moogle multi-party battle too, and then you're not really meant to be able to get all the way to the Marshal without fighting any of these other enemies. But if you move past them when they're moving at the same time you are, then you can get by without any fights.
Whoa, I saw someone in chat. Ah! Maybe Twitch chat is alive again?
Yeah, pretty much exactly lost a minute too. I thought it was more because, like, 2 times in the shell feels like forever. It's cool.
1 minute is forever, man.
True that.
Oh man, it is working. Look at that. Magical.
It's only working if you say Kutan, it seems.
Please type in direction to